Well, that was short-lived. House Freedom Caucus member Representative Matt Rosendale of Montana threw his hat into the ring in the Republican U.S. Senate primary in Montana. But his latest Senate bid didn't last long, less than a week to be exact. He announced his candidacy on Friday, February 9th, but then on Thursday, February 15th, announced that he was abandoning the Senate bid. So what happened? Trump happened.
Hello.
While figures including Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, Senator Mike Lee of Utah, and Representative Andy Biggs of Arizona had endorsed Rosendale, Trump endorsed Tim Sheehy. In his statement announcing that he was scrapping his Senate bid, Rosendale said, and I quote, "By my calculations, with Trump endorsing my opponent and the lack of resources, the hill was just too steep." End of quote. On this episode, I'm going to show you Rosendale's statement and highlight 2 times Trump endorsed Rosendale in the past. Please click the like button and subscribe to the channel and follow me over on X, the platform previously known as Twitter. Rosendale put out this statement, and he said, "Instead of one of those phony statements from politicians, here's my statement on why I'm withdrawing my candidacy for the U.S. Senate. As everyone knows, I have planned to run for the U.S. Senate and to win both the primary and the general election. However, the day I announced, President Trump then announced that he was endorsing a different candidate. I have long been a supporter of the president and remain so, but I have been forced to calculate what my chances of success would be with Trump supporting my opponent. This race was already going to be tough as I was fighting against Mitch McConnell and the rest of the Republican establishment in Washington, but I felt like I could beat them as the voters do not agree with them choosing who would be the next U.S. Senator from Montana. However, by my calculations, with Trump endorsing my opponent and the lack of resources, the hill was just too steep. I spoke with Senator Daines earlier this week, and we both agree that this is the best path forward for Republicans to regain the majority in the U.S. Senate. Over the next few days, I will be back home in Montana with my family and will prayerfully consider what is next." So there you have it. Basically, slightly less than a week after announcing, like I said, he launched his bid on February 9th, announcing it, and then that was a Friday, and then on a Thursday, boom, he's out. Just to remind you, Trump endorsing Tim Sheehy. Here's what he said. I'm not going to read you the whole thing again, but basically, he endorsed Tim Sheehy, and he said, "I also respect Matt Rosendale and was very happy to endorse him in the past, and will endorse him again in the future should he decide to change course and run for his congressional seat. But in this instance, Tim is the candidate who is currently best positioned to defeat lazy Jon Tester and regain the Republican majority in the United States Senate." So, in the past, Trump has endorsed Rosendale. Rosendale ran for Senate in 2018, and he lost. So he won the Republican primary, and then Trump endorsed him. And you can see here, this is after the primary, because the primary was June 2018, and here's Trump endorsing him in September 2018. And he said he has my full and complete endorsement. Then, Rosendale lost the general election to incumbent Democratic Senator Jon Tester, who's also up for re-election again this year. And you can see here, Rosendale lost that election for Senate in 2018. Then, in 2020, Trump endorsed Rosendale when Rosendale ran for a House seat. You can see here, Matt has my total endorsement. And this was in February 2020. Before the primary, which was in June 2020, which Rosendale won that Republican primary for the House seat, and he went on to win the general election in 2020. So, that is some history on that. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about all that.